Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to our very first Aerie Real Life Workshop. So for those of you who've been to Real Talks before, this is like a liftoff from that.
It is indeed.
Because there are so many great experiences and events that happen inside of the Aerie stores, and we are going to now start to bring those to life for people who are also watching online and want to participate in the comfort of their own homes or dorm rooms or wherever they are.
We're inviting you into the Aerie world, so this is very exciting.
I know, and I'm so excited to be here with you.
Same.
And we have, today's topic is about body confidence and beyond.
Yes.
And the beyond is going to be important, but we're going to start with body confidence.
Yes.
So in case you don't know who I am, my name is Jess Weiner, and I am a CEO and cultural expert, and I have been working in the body confidence space for a long time, for about 25 years. I've been talking about this before we even had this framework, and so I'm so delighted to obviously be here with somebody like Aerie and certainly Iskra, who is my patron saint of awesomeness. And I, just part of my background, I helped to launch the Dove campaign for Real Beauty and was part of the team that helped to change Barbie's body. And so I've been working with brands in lots of ways to elevate and shift the way we look at beauty in this culture. And I'm so excited to be partnering with Aerie on these Aerie Real Life Workshops. And so I'm going to come at it from that perspective today to help us get a framework of how to take some of these exercises into our lives. And then Iskra, do you want to, I know everybody probably knows Iskra, but just for the sake of those who may not, tell everybody who you are.
I also just quickly want to add that, you know, Jess is one of my role models, so I'm very grateful to share this conversation with her. And also, she's been on the front line having this discussion for, like you said, a lot of years, but she's been able to keep it culturally relevant and moving and forward. And for us, this is such an important next phase where we're really going to be able to bring this conversation to you at home. So
thank you, sweetheart.
So
That's
excited.
very kind.
So I've been modeling for going on like 15 years now, so it's quite a while, and I've seen the industry change a lot. When I first got into the industry, you know, it was still very, very, they called it heroin chic, and I was always told that my hips had to be 34 inches. And when you're 13, 14, 15 and start going through puberty and your body's changing, to have to stick to a very set, regimented measurements and your body's just changing, it's very overwhelming. And so I started to see my body as the enemy. And I got dropped from an agency. I was fat shamed and humiliated in public at a fashion show where I couldn't fit into the samples. And literally I was, why is the fat model here? And this is in front of, you know, peers and women with, you know, slimmer bodies than me that I already idolized. So when I was publicly shamed and humiliated, I then every single day decided to do the same thing to myself, which is not okay. And so for me, that began a very negative relationship with my body, with food, with exercise, restriction, abuse of exercise to the point of my eyesight going blurry, passing out. And so that led me into disordered eating and body dysmorphia, where I was measuring every single part of my body by centimeter and inches and writing it in books and really tracking and gauging everything. To, you know, it dictated how I dressed and what I wore, how I felt about myself, how, you know, even my relationship with men, all of these things. And so that word body confidence has such a deep meaning to me. And that's why I'm really excited we're going to go beyond that today, because I managed to recover, and unfortunately some people don't. Eating disorders is the highest mortality rate of any mental illness. And we're losing way too many people because of this epidemic. So it's a really important topic. Don't want to make it too heavy, but I just want you to know that's why it's such an important conversation for me. And I get to work with the National Eating Disorder Association, who Aerie has supported for over 5 years now, and we support the walks all over the US, and we're helping to save lives with that collaboration. So that is just incredible. So yeah.
And I resonate with it. You know, I'm happy that you shared your personal story, because I think when I was growing up many years prior, I didn't have the community or the framework to even know what was happening for me as well. And so growing up too as a girl who didn't really see my body type, my hairstyle, my complexion represented in ways in media in the way that I was consuming it, right? Like I loved looking out at the world, and I was comparing myself constantly to what was being presented back. And I think too I struggled quite a bit as a young person around identity of what you should have and what you should feel like. And so I think today we're going to throw the shoulds out the window.
We certainly
a little bit. And I think what I love about the Real Talks, and what I really love about what we're going to do with Aerie Real Life, is give you a set of tools to use, because I think
Actual
when people ask you,
takeaways.
because when people ask you how you did it, which we're going to get to, and how we did it, it's never a straight line. It's all a bunch of different things that get us there. So we're gonna throw out a bunch today, but let's talk about that term, because body confidence actually, I think, is a newer coined term, describing sort of an aspirational feeling, right? To be confident in your body. But I'm just going to throw it to you. What does body confidence really mean to you?
And you know why I think that it has become that word? And I bet you if you all now visualize what that means to you, you might think about me in a bikini, you know, looking so happy and looking confident, and that is what you think body confidence means. And so it's very important to break that down into the deeper understanding of it, because like you said, there's been this image that has been coined as what body confidence means, and it's been like 0 to 100, here's the final result, you should love your body, and it's really not that easy. But body confidence conveys so many deeper things. It conveys, like I said, the relationship that you have with your body, with its abilities, with what it does for you. It is when you walk into a room, how do you present yourself? Are you taking up space? Do you know that you're worthy of taking up space? It is your relationships, making sure that you're confident in your own body, that you know you deserve certain things in life. It goes so much deeper than that, I think, image that we've coined from social media, really.
When we say body confidence, what comes to your minds when we say that term? Because I think she's right on, but I'm curious what your definition is.
Yeah.
Iskra in a bikini.
Iskra in a bikini. Or anybody in a bikini, like enjoying.
Being happy about themselves at the beach.
Yes.
Being happy about themselves at the beach, which I think is really interesting.
Well, I think the beach is important because unlike lingerie, the beach we know we have to do publicly. And we know we're out there. It's even just the lighting. It's going to be bright. We're not in the dark. We can't hide. We can't cover up. We're going to get wet. The makeup might come off. The hair's going to go frizzy. All of we're going to be hot. I go really red in the sun. Like, there's all of these things that, again, we don't see visually, especially in previous swimwear campaigns or advertisements.
It's all been really static.
Hollywood. Everyone looks like, they've just come out of a 2-hour glam session and they're on the beach and they're perfectly posing. It's like, wait a second, I'm going to bend over. I'm going to have a wedgie. There's going to be seaweed in my hair. Like,
and
the whole thing's not cute.
You know. So, okay, I love that's the first image that comes to mind, which is somebody happy in their body, maybe a bikini on a beach. What else? What other things pop to your mind when we say body confidence?
To me, it's just feeling good in your own skin.
Feeling good in your own skin. I love it.
I like
what else?
Yeah, body acceptance. You're kind of like, this is the body I have, and I'm going to make the most of it.
Yeah.
Great.
I love that.
Feeling good in every environment, whether it's work, walking down the street, going to stores, feeling accepted in gyms, around all different environments and different types of people, feeling confident in your body no matter where you are.
Yeah. Anything else you would want to add to that definition?
Because I think it is important to have multiple definitions because, you know, us in this room, again, we're going to think of it in a different way, and people at home, and you have to realize you interpret it in your own way, because if you have someone else's definition, it's going to be very hard to ever achieve that, because that's their story.
Well, and one of the reasons we wanted to talk about it and ask you was because I think there is an incredible amount of pressure even to feel body confident,
for sure,
right? Because even though it's an aspirational and important thing to experience, I think a lot of people don't know how to get there, which is again the purpose of this conversation and these exercises is a little bit of a roadmap. So what I heard was from lots of folks, you know, it's about accepting your body, feeling great in the skin that you're in the places that you're in, whatever situation, gym, beach, whatever. And so, you know, for me, I think what I would add to that definition is, for me now, my body is my home. It's home base. It's where all my thinking, my feeling, my loving, my hurting, it all lives here. So I used to, and I know you've said this too, I used to think of my body outside of myself, like something different than me. Right, there was Jess, and then there was my body, which needed to be fixed and dieted and thinner and tighter and all those things. And I think what happens after a period of work and daily work, so this is never a done deal, is that you start to merge it, right?
And then you're best friends.
Yes, you become best friends. Or for me, I feel like I'm I'm working on the best friend thing. I think it's a journey, and just like friendships, it's got its ups and its downs, but it's merged for me. It's one thing. It's home base.
Well, there's still that whole mindset of body blaming. So, for example, you know, I know girlfriends who have been like, "Oh, he dumped me because I put on 5 pounds." We're blaming our body for that. he's probably just a douchebag. But, you know, so we're constantly in this relationship of our body is going to change. We can't control it. So does that make us resent it? Right. You know, we're on this journey and we're going to have to learn to love our body at totally different moments. If you've been through childbirth, you know, I know the body changes so much, and I speak to so many women who are like, I don't know how to love this new body that I'm in. I know I want to, and I feel bad that I don't, because I know that it's, you know, created this magical life. So it's definitely, you got to somehow make an ally with your body. And again, just keep being in tune with the mind and how you're feeling about yourself, and really take time to understand how that's evolving.